Hello and welcome back to YouSustain Academy's ESG Basics Series, where we break down sustainability reporting and ESG in a way that actually makes sense. Today, we are going to answer a question that I get all the time. How does a company know which sustainability reporting framework they should use? Because there are many out there and it can get really confusing. So to explain this, I'm going to use this simple decision tree. The first question that a company needs to ask themselves is, are we legally required to do sustainability reporting? This is usually determined by four things: your geography, your company size, your sector, and your listing status. You could, for example, have to report to the CSRD because your company operates within the EU and is above a certain size. It can be CSDS because your stock listed in China, or you can be hit by sector-specific reporting requirements such as IMO for shipping and ICAO for aviation. So if yes, the next then is to see what the requirements there actually are and what activities that translates into. When we talk about activities in this context, that means things that the company will have to do to comply. Regardless of regulation, the activities tend to look very similar. Like the activity of greenhouse gas accounting is almost always included, as well as things such as climate risk, which is very common. You typically need social and workforce data, value chain due diligence, and a materiality assessment. It's a lot of the same stuff. These activities are actually the ones that we focus on teaching in YouSustain Academy, so I would recommend popping over there to have a look after you finish this video. Once these activities are defined, the focus shifts to operationalizing them. This means setting up reporting systems and involving people. Who is responsible for what? Where does the data sit? How is it reviewed and how does everything fit together? And then you put it into the required reporting format according to the regulation that you are complying with. If the answer was no to the first question, you are not currently legally obligated to report. We move on to this question. Are you likely to be legally mandated to report in the future? If the answer is yes here, the advice is very simple. Act as if the reporting was already mandatory, because sustainability reporting is not a quick exercise. Because a large part of the work is building systems and procedures. If you know regulation is coming, starting before you really have to is a very good idea. Companies that do this early are far better prepared and get a lot more out of their sustainability work. So if you are currently not regulated and you do not expect to be regulated soon, the next question is, does any of your stakeholders expect anything? This is often investors, banks, insurers, or large customers. Because even if reporting might be voluntary from a legal perspective, these stakeholders might still require disclosures or data. So if a key stakeholder asks you to report in a certain way or follow a specific framework, the decision is already made for you. You should follow those requirements. Access to capital and key customer relationships often depend on this. If you have now worked your way down the decision tree and still don't have any clear requirements, then you are in the voluntary reporting space. In this case, most companies choose between three main options: GRI, VSME, or IFRS S1 and S2. These are all frameworks that will result in your company having a sustainability report, and they can be very simple or quite complex. Next week, we're actually doing a comparison of these three frameworks to see which one will fit your company the best, so make sure to subscribe if you want to follow along for that. The most important thing is to remember that there is no single sustainability reporting framework that fits everyone. The right reporting framework depends on where you sit on this decision tree. Are you legally required to report? Are you preparing for future regulation? Do stakeholders have any expectations, or are you choosing a voluntary starting point? Frameworks are tools, not goals. The real work is in building activities, systems, and processes behind them. Thank you so much for watching this part of YouSustain Academy's ESG Basics Series. We will be adding to this series every week going forward, so don't forget to subscribe. And if you're ready to take your learning one step further, sign up to the Beginner's Guide to ESG. This is a crash course to understand corporate sustainability, and you pay what you want for it. And you will also get access to our YouSustain community, where we do weekly office hours, essentially meaning that we all jump on a Teams call and you can ask any questions you may have or just discuss. I'm really hoping that you want to come along because you basically have nothing to lose and it's going to be really fun and you will learn a lot. Okay, bye.